28th of January, 2186. Recently returned from another drop and successful mission against the bots. I'll be completely honest, I don't remember the planet that I was on. I knew and I know that it was an ethereal jungle planet of some sort, but I just cannot remember the name of it. I'm trying to make sure to keep track of these things like I did at the beginning of these journals, but sometimes it's just difficult with these drops and everything. Stuff bleeds together after a while, spreading a lot of managed democracy out there, doing everything for Super Earth that we can and taking care of our citizens and ourselves. Gathering resources. Some stuff just gets put to the back burner of the mind. I had along my Trailblazer scout armor with the blazing Samaritan cape on my back, bringing along my Diligence, Peacemaker, and the incendiary grenades again. They have become a staple on the bot front for me. I cannot deny that, but it's been a strong staple and a strong loadout that I've been able to do and use against the bots. Packed along the anti-material rifle, the supply pack, the rocket sentry, and the 120mm orbital barrage stratagems for this mission too. Our main objective was to evacuate priority citizens from the planet. Now, before doing this, we had to establish a communication uplink first with the shuttle and the shuttle bays. That way they knew where to go, and for our citizens where they needed to go to get to the shuttle and get off planet. I dropped into the heat of combat already, right next to a CF artillery site, and began to help my fellow Helldivers get the artillery loaded up and taken and ready for use. The team had already established that uplink for the shuttle, so it was a matter of getting to the citizens and protecting them to get them to the shuttle base and get them off the planet. While I was supporting the artillery site and getting it up and ready, another diver or two, it seemed, had taken out an enemy anti-air emplacement base. That was a huge benefit for us and for those citizens that we needed to get off the planet. I mean, with the base like that up, we simply cannot risk them getting shot out of the air while trying to get them to evacuate the planet in that shuttle. There have been too many casualties, and we cannot have that with those citizens. We finally got to the artillery up and running again. A mix of shells were loaded into the site and ready for use and help spread managed democracy. During that time, I had to hurry in and try and call down my anti-material rifle and supply pack while helping to try and load up the artillery and defending the area against the bots. After getting everything done and all my gear ready, we moved south from there to terminate an illegal broadcast that was in the area. And, okay, the number of sympathizers for these damn bots and bugs is insane to me. We have these enemies that we're fighting for Super Earth, enemies we're going up against that are trying to take out us, trying to take out our citizens to stop us from spreading our managed democracy. They're killing our citizens and us Helldivers. The bots are capturing citizens and doing God knows whatever experiments on them. And some people think that, they're the good guys, or they're just misunderstood and they need a chance to be left alone or to be reasoned with, and the peace trees or whatever other shit they think. I'm sorry, but fuck off with that. We have these enemies against Super Earth and managed democracy that we're trying to fight, and yet some of these people think that they can just sympathize and side with the enemy. I'm sorry, but that is completely unacceptable. And we can't allow that. That's why, for us Helldivers in the field, when you see someone trying to sympathize with the enemy or do stuff against Super Earth and that, you take care of it. You take care of them. You take care of the problem. You help to keep Super Earth and your fellow Helldivers safe. You can't allow that stuff. I just don't understand it. It just doesn't make any sense why somebody would want to sympathize with your enemy. That's against Super Earth and managed democracy, and you will be dealt with accordingly. Sorry about that. A little rant there, but there's been so many illegal broadcasts in areas and missions and on so many planets that we've had to take care of. But, damn it, for Super Earth, I'm going to keep taking them out because that's what we need to do. I do not know who or how the broadcast was taken down and got destroyed, but someone took the whole damn tower down. So, hey, kudos and thank you to the fellow Helldiver that did that. It is absolutely worth it and reasonable. We can't have that fake propaganda spreading to our citizens. From there, we continued south, heading toward the bunkers where the priority citizens were being held. 2 other divers had split off from us and were heading east, southeast to take down some other bot fabricators and bases. The other diver and myself gathered some rare samples along the way and took what ammo, grenades, and stims we needed to refill our supply. We eventually made it to the bunker and cleared out the bots from the area. We wanted to make the area and extraction area safe before we got the citizens out of the bunkers and toward the shuttle bay. My fellow diver took control and took focus and control of the panel and eventually got access to the doors in the shuttle bay. We could finally get these citizens off the planet and to safety. Slowly, we took small groups out and guided them toward the shuttle. Eventually, and in time, we were able to get all of them loaded up and to safety. During this time, our fellow 2 other divers were able to take down a bot base. It was wonderful glory for Super Earth and managed democracy. We cleared out some other points of interest that we located around the area, taking out bots, gathering more supplies, and in time we finally met the other 2 divers back and worked together as a team to take down that final bot base that was in the area. Thankfully, gathering back up with our other Helldivers, we located the final bot base that was in the area. Eagle strikes were called in. Orbitals rained down from our super destroyers, shelling the area. And a lot of stims were used to keep us going. But we took them down, and those damn fabricators too. Bullets just fired in so many directions, bots coming in from almost all sides and circling around us. Finally, having the bases in the area wiped out, we all took to get to the extraction zone and to call in the Pelican for our escape. Of course, getting to the extraction zone took just a little bit of effort too. This biome and planet can be quite interesting trying to navigate with the amount of foliage and everything in the area. And of course, the bots still left patrols going through the area, across the planet, across the map, and spots that we were at. But we finally did make it to the extraction and started to call in the Pelican. Of course, the bots that were left in the area took one last charge at us. But they were no match for our power and the use of managed democracy and Super Earth that we have behind us and to our backs. Something that our enemies, the bots, the bugs, the squids, just simply do not understand is our gear and weapons were created by the ministries of Super Earth. Ministries of Defense, Ministries of Science, Ministry of Intelligence. They're all working together for the betterment of Super Earth and for us Helldivers. I mean, we have weapons that can call, that fire balls of plasma hell to take our enemies down. We have, napalm shells from high orbit and super destroyers that we call in to rain down fire upon our enemies. Divers call down exosuit walkers against our enemies with, autocannon arms and firepower, minigun support, and rockets on them. It's like our enemies never stood a chance or will stand a chance against us with everything that we have. And the ministries of Super Earth continue to create more war bonds and gear for us to purchase with our super credits to continue to fight against our enemies. Word is that there's a more stealth and sabotage war bond that they're creating here soon that we'll be releasing, but I can't say that myself I've heard of any time frame for this. I believe it's supposed to be pretty soon, but it might have been pushed back for further testing and stuff, but that's fine. Like, it's just amazing. We have all of this firepower and stuff, and yet our enemies continue to persist, and it's just simply that they don't want Super Earth to succeed. They don't like the managed democracy. There's, the fascism and stuff that they spread against us, or, like I said before, taking our citizens and doing God whatever experiments to them, and it just doesn't make any sense. And then, like, especially for the squids to hoard technology against us, it's like, no, we're able to, tear apart that technology and, I guess, backwards I don't know, I'm not a scientist for Super Earth. I'm a Helldiver. I go out in the field and I take out our enemies and save our citizens and take care of what needs to be. We gather the resources and everything for the scientists and those of Super Earth. That's not our job. We gather it and give it to them. We don't need to ask other questions. That's not part of what we do. We take care of the grunt and dirty work on the field and on the planets. Eventually, another rant going on there, but man, it's amazing what people, do or think they need to know from Super Earth and from ministries and everything. And it's like, no, just take care of yourself. Do your part for Super Earth and for managed democracy. Lady Liberty will take care of us if we take care of her, and that's what we're doing. Eventually, back to the mission focus here. Our Pelican finally came down. We were able to load up and get back to our superchargers safely. And that was thankfully another area liberated for managed democracy and for Super Earth. And as I've said in other journals I've made, I am going to continue to dive and help spread managed democracy and help our citizens and everybody for Super Earth and help our ministries and just take care of what we need to. It's our job, and it's rough. We lose a lot of divers each day, and our enemies lose even more thanks to our divers and the gear and weapons and everything that we have. But we'll continue to dive, we'll continue to do our part, and we will continue to spread managed democracy and sweet Lady Liberty against all of our enemies and for our citizens and for Super Earth.